friends from the media, and all the beloved party men and women. I thank all of you for responding to these General Body Meetings 2023. And those who have spoken and not spoken, you have been very kind to me, very generous with words to me, including from other political parties, supporting my leadership, expressing your confidence in my leadership. I'm touched, I'm humbled, and I want to express my heartfelt thanks to all of you. And I praise God Almighty for being kind to me, to our party, to our alliance, and to our government. I must thank the citizens of Nagaland, the electorates, for what they have done to us, the massive mandate given to us, and the confidence reposed to the party from our alliance, from various political parties, including independent. Maybe I don't deserve, but all of you are good to me, and God's blessing over and above. All of us decided that we will run an opposition-less government. That is an icing on the cake. And how we could come together, it is not the goodness of the leader, nor anybody, but there is one issue. There is Naga political issue. We had committed to the electorate. We had promised that will be an active facilitator to bring solution to the Naga political issue, and giving that conditions, giving that commitment and promise to the electorate, that has brought us together in the same platform to run an opposition-less government. For that, we have to thank our people. We have to praise God Almighty. And particularly myself. I know my own weaknesses, my shortcomings. But for your support, I could come back time and again, and even this time. To my personal feeling, on my own request, I had vacated Chief Minister post in 2014, and I went to Lok Sabha. Though there were many apprehensions and were not very happy about it, the way you had given me the mandate, a record margin, it's all history. So how I will not thank the people, the electorate, and those of you who are the leader of the people. This NDPP, as mentioned, it is just about 6 years old. But we had won 2 times general election with our alliance and with seat sharing. I'm grateful to our partner alliance, BJP, for coming to work together. We are happy that till today they have given the recognition, as mentioned by the Secretary General. Nagaland is a problematic state. We need central support because we don't have our own resources. But even if we have alliance with the center, are focused, Naga come first. And that's how Naga people continue to support us. In these 2 general elections, the percentage vote we pooled, it's huge. And that is because the elected members, the party officials from president to the central office bearers, the region president and the team, the units, village units and to the polling booths. As shown in the slide, the party could communicate with the masses. It reached them and we won their confidence. As mentioned last time, we said change is coming. Many people make a joke out of it, but God was with us, and that's how it has moved the people. And now, this time, as our slogan was towards a state of excellence. Anything we achieve, any candidate, party tickets holder won. It is the commitment and the dedication of the party leaders and workers. Up to the foot soldiers in the polling booths. My greatest appreciation, and I must thank them and congratulate them for the collective success. And I hope we will uphold the principles, the ideologies, and to protect and preserve, promote the identity of the Nagas, promote the culture, tradition, our beautiful songs and dances, and as we had given a slogan, Nagaland, land of festivals. That festivals can be celebrated when people are healthy, people are wealthy, and there is peace and calmness and harmony in the society. We are a state of tribes. We are a tribal state, and we have many states in our land, in Nagaland, including non-Nagas. I think our state recognized by Government of India, recognizing our unique history and rich, vibrant culture and tradition. Why we are showing, exhibiting the Naga culture with different tribes, with different races, coming together from all tribes, which are being synchronized with fusions. We are proud Nagas, and we must make Nagas proud. That is why we are talking about towards a state of excellence. This is possible only when the party functionaries work meticulously with meticulous planning and with commitment and dedication. So our success is because of the party leaders. I hope you will continue to have the same zeal and make the party stronger. When we had opposition-less government, many people even said that it is undemocratic. Without opposition-less, government will become very corrupt, very weak. But mind you, so far, as committed in the election manifesto, transparency and accountability. We have done a lot. I can't go on mentioning what we could do. And so, with this opposition-less government, our top priority is Naga issue, and we'll continue to work towards finding an amicable solution. My party president, Mr. Chingwang, is right. The Political Affairs Committee of the party should also convene the alliance political parties who are in the government because the agenda is same. And I'm sure together we will be stronger and it will have much more meanings. As mentioned, history was created on the 7th March 2023 when swearing in ceremony in the local ground, the Honorable Prime Minister of India with his colleagues, men like Amit Shah, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharamanji, and others, also the National Party President, J.P. Nadda, all rank and files of BJP, they were in the swearing-in ceremony in the cultural hall. So, the happiness of the people, not only ourselves, but to run a stable government, an aligned government. And the Honorable Prime Minister of India, the presidency of G20, concluded very successfully with the highest delegates. And it has enhanced the image of the country. And global leaders, their rating, their popularity rating, after G20 successful summit, Indian Prime Minister Mr. Modi have been rated the highest rating of 76% among the global leaders. Even the most popular leader or the strongest leader who has the highest authority in under his power, American President Joe Biden, his rating is only 40%. Interesting. A powerful country like United Kingdom, in the colonial era, the kingdom, the sun never set. Today his rating has come as low as 27%. And we are a part of that government. We are a part of that alliance. And there is a huge future before us. Even in G20, Nagaland also was privileged to host Business Summit B20 from 4 to 6 April this year. The highest delegates and the most countries presented in the Northeast, it is Nagaland. And the commitment put forth is in terms of 1,000 crores. We are pursuing and we have seen some results and much more is to come. Government of India Chandrayaan-3, a rocket to moon, landed in moon softly and in the extreme pole, and it has amazed a lot of advanced countries. And just after that, Aditya L1 mission to study the moon, the sun and the planets around the universe. So these are so much advanced scientists. In line with this, our state also getting benefits. In our manifesto, we had also mentioned that we will bring application of IT and digitized all the departments. And so these things are in very good progress. All these things, the country achievements, if we go one by one, we are benefiting a lot from the policy of the central government. Even in our own state, our policies are numerous. I cannot go on telling, but during our time, we recognize and respect the sentiment of the tribals. Some people openly criticize why this government is giving so many districts. But that was the inspiration of the tribals who want to have a defined district. So we did not account into the sizes, but the importance of tribes. And though some districts who are big wanted to divide their district into 2, 3, our policy is that tribe should not be divided. They should remain intact. We should show unity. And so, if a tribe in a district, we should not divide them. So, we might have displeased somebody because there are small districts also we had created. But I hope they will understand. And a district like Mon, how they got medical college for the backward districts? Because it fulfilled the criteria of the size of the household, of the population. So if you fragment, you may miss those very good opportunities also. All these policies and the programs, the party leaders should know and then inform all the leaders at the grassroots. In recent time, most recently we had, just before the election, the healthcare The Chief Minister Health Insurance Scheme, World Bank has come and told me that it has been very successful. And they congratulated me. It is successful because the party functionaries with the departments, administration officers, together we are penetrating and reaching the individuals. Each person should get registered and get a health card so that when you are sick, cashless, you go to get a benefit going to hospital. Otherwise, earlier, there is so much wastage of resources. People who want to do after taking loan, taking treatment, and then after treatment, you have to prepare your papers for reimbursement. But reimbursing the money, the middlemen, they make more money than those actual people. And the resources of the governments were drained out. But now it is the patient, the family, direct with hospital without any cash. And that's how people are getting the direct benefits. And government is now saving a lot of money. Also, you are aware, your meritocracy, transparency. With people's support and with the voice of the student community, educated, unemployed, formation of NSSB. The other day in the cultural hall, I had handed out appointment letters of 585, I think. It's huge. That is the first exam. And so many exams to come. And recently also, we have seen the NPSC result. Many people are getting the opportunity. Now, competition, fairness. That's why when I was handing out the appointment letters, I said, no more backdoor appointment, no more political appointment. It is meritorious, merit. And therefore, you should work hard to excel and to compete. The rest, if you cannot get into good job, what you want, then you look for self-employment. You should get yourself skilled. Skilling. There are so many agencies in the state. Government of India and the state also supporting. You can get trainings, upgrade. Then you can go for Chief Minister Microfinance. I had mentioned, I will not waste time explaining. But beneficiaries, you only have to give 10%. State Bank will give 60%. Government will give 30%. To enlighten the burden of interest and repayment. But repayment also after 7 years and up to 15 lakhs. No collateral. So, our party, men and women, if you are engaged, good. But anything, you should try to skill yourself, get all these opportunities. We have made a sale in Iden, and they will help you with the forms, pursuing with the banks, and I think many are getting benefit. So I want us, all of us, to work for the party and to inform the masses about government policies so that everybody can get benefit. Now, we have seen a lot of improvement even in the tribal festivals. And there are definitely a huge improvement. We want to upgrade our Hornbill Festival. And we are looking for our partner state from another state. They will be our partner. And another one from another country, friendly countries. All these are engaged. At the right time, you'll get all the informations. That means when people are coming forward, and the most powerful advanced countries, that means we have to be prepared. That's how we all have to work. That's why I've been discussing that we must start producing made in Nagaland. What we can do at home, what raw materials is available at home. I want all the tribal women organizations to promote our clothing. Today, as Abu had mentioned, I'm also wearing an Angami muffler. Beautiful designs. Our women's are terrific. We wanted to do it formally now. You engage your own tribe designers and expertise. Then it will be selected, shortlisted, and once the designs, the combinations are approved with the sample, government will help you with the yarns to be woven, the textiles to be printed of your patterns, and what you do, it will buy back. But if you do what you want to do, if it's not sold, you don't blame us. But if you produce what sample we approve, 100% buyback. And in that, we can hardly face the market in Nagaland. Our emporiums are also almost empty. We are thinking about export of handloom, handicrafts, our own mates. That's why we are also giving money for that. And so the women wings, youth wings, you're working very hard. And I want all of you to be involved in this. And our agri organizations, agri is the highest potential because we can produce and government will give all the trainings and buyback policy also will be made. I did not go into details. There are little confusions about two things I want to tell. About the ILP, Interline Permit. Dimapur Interline Permits, there was confusion. But Dimapur is miniature India. Means all the Indian citizens, non-Indian citizens, foreigners, they are staying. We should be first worried about illegal immigrants. And then we should formalize who should be in what status. And if we want all the non-Nagas to be chased out, Naga, are we ready to work, to do manual works, to do constructions? ILP regulation will be done, but it will be done systematically. And those Indian citizens who are in Nagaland, not only Dimapur, those who have come before the cutoff year, 1963 statehood, they will be permanent residents. After that, who come and doing business, investment, they will get temporary residence. Those who are working in private sector or investing, they will get a long stay identity card. Anytime they can go and come with the identity card of their job, of their investment. And those who are, even workforce also, it will be through a contractor, a builder, or using those people, a local guardian will be there. So that if he made any mistake, he will be responsible and will be conducted. So there will be no issue, and our administration and police are working hard to resolve these issues. We have set up a committee, and the committee is going through. So we should not be alarmed. Some civil societies talk about it, but we will do, but it should be practical for everybody. Then regarding registration of indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland, we should immediately implement registration of indigenous inhabitants of Nagaland, RIN. So it is our government, it is our party government, it is our alliance government. We have introduced this because earlier also false indigenous certificates were issued and they were successful in NPSC exams, UPSC exam, in different exams, even in the private sectors also. Because for indigenous people, for tribals, they get reservation quota. So who is the authority to prove, to certify who is indigenous and who is not indigenous? As for Nagaland state, village council is the authority. The village council has to certify that he is a native of that village. And the village council verification committee should recommend forward for certain person to be given indigenous certificate. It is not DC to issue indigenous certificate without certification of the village council authority, who will prove that he is native, his forefathers, his grand and descendant of that village. And if the village authority make a false recommendation, it's a criminal case. The case also will go to the village council authority who give a false certificate. So what I mean to communicate it to you is the registration of indigenous inhabitation of Nagaland authority lies with the village council. Then the nearest administrative officer will verify and forward the paper to DC, and DC will issue indigenous certificate. So it is a continuous process. We will not go for like writing census. Only when your children need indigenous certificate, you have to apply. Or otherwise, all Nagas are also indigenous. But you will get your indigenous certificate provided your native village give the recommendation. So Nagaland is one administrative center, another state is in another administrative center. Therefore, even if your Arunachal, Assam, Manipur give indigenous certificate of that village, if that village is not under your state, we cannot issue indigenous from here. It has to be from your own district. So there is no confusion. And there are claims that some non-Nagas are having indigenous certificate. Say example, some Nepalese or some people who have come before Indian independence also. That is wrong. I'm not against any community. In the schedule, when we got statehood, who is indigenous? It is any Naga tribe who is a resident of the state. And certification of the village council. But besides Naga tribes, it is Kuki, Kachari, Garo and Mikir, means Karbis. But they will be, before statehood, their names in properties and village recognition, if there is any, it will be enumerated, and only to those people it will be issued indigenous. But it will be non-Naga indigenous inhabitant of Nagaland. There is no confusion. Somebody from outside the state cannot come and become indigenous here. Or you say, example, America, Joe Biden, President of America, Donald Trump, Obama, all these things, they're American citizens, but they are also not indigenous people. They can't get indigenous certificate. In Australia, it is aborigines who are indigenous. It is New Zealand, it is the Maoris. So indigenous is something different. Nobody should get mixed up. And those who don't know, party leaders like you should clarify. Therefore, I took a little longer time, but I want to send this message to our party so that we can educate our citizens. On Uniform Civil Code, you know, we have passed a resolution. It is not laid in the parliament, but we are sure that we are protected under Article 371A. Even Forest Conservation Amendment Act, also we had passed a resolution because land and its resources belongs to the people. So we should be protected, exempted rather. Then for ULB, urban local bodies, after consultation with all the tribal laws and civil societies, we have come to a conclusion. We should stand by the Central Act and as directed by the Supreme Court. But since there are little confusions and consultation required, it was thoroughly discussed and it was referred to Select Committee of the Assembly. But we had already laid the Urban Local Bodies Bill 2023, and in the introduced bill, 33% reservation of women are already inserted. And all the taxes, all these were not mentioned, omitted. It is the municipal and town council. When you go to election, the elected people will come and decide whether you will tax or not tax, how much we will tax, what to tax. It will be decided by the elected members. State government will not impose on you, central government will not impose on you. And whatever you collect, it is only for your town. Beautification, sanitation, and other maintenance. Your money, what you collected is for your town. You're not going to give to anybody. So, I think, as mentioned, 2 women candidates won the election. Mrs. Salutono Crose and Mrs. Hekani. They have really created history and they had uplifted the NDPP party also. And the state as a whole. We are very grateful to the voters, to the party agencies who had worked day and night to make them successful and got elected. They are doing very well. And when these urban local bodies, moment we pass a bill, because the bills is already late, there will be election. And we'll have many more women leaders among our society. From the beginning, we have been talking about women empowerment and gender equality. So it is coming to reality. And we want women to be very vibrant and take a leading role also in our society. They are equally capable, if not more. So let us rededicate ourselves in coming together of this first meeting after the victory of general election 2023, our general body meeting. We have seen the enthusiasm of the party, men and women, including our alliance, our partner elected members from various political parties, including independent. As I had stated, let us recommit ourselves. Let us dedicate ourselves in the service of the people. Naga solution, development from town and cities to the last corner village. We should reach the last men and women standing in line. And my gratefulness will always be there for all of you, particularly the elected members from all political parties. Your support to my leadership. As mentioned, I'm really touched, I'm humbled, and your love for me will inspire me, continue to inspire me. And so, I myself will also dedicate myself with you together, will serve our people. Thank you and God bless.